Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. This is the last alternate card in the March 2022 Beyond the Horizon Paper Pumpkin Kit. So what I have is one of the card bases from the kit and one of the die cuts from the kit, another of the die cuts, and then this is, I don't know if you remember from my unboxing video, I said that once we've taken all the pieces out, we get left with the blank, and in between are colored pieces that we can cut out of the background paper and use. So that's what I've got there. And I have got one of the vellum pieces from last month's Paper Pumpkin Kit, the February Safari Celebration. I wanted to do this over the card like this, but it disappears and it loses kind of the emphasis, and I really wanted that to show. So I thought, what if I put vellum behind, because I didn't want to cover up the background. The whole point is the background. So I thought if I put vellum on there, it brings this piece to the foreground, but I don't lose any of the background. So let's go ahead and put this together. These are all the pieces that I'm using, and I'm using the Thinking of You stamp from the March kit, and I'm going to stamp it in Pear Pizzazz. I had a look at the Old Olive ink against this, and it seemed just a little bit harsh, so I'm going with the Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to stamp right on this piece here. So what I need to do is I kind of need to line everything up. So let's get this stamped first. Whoops, I'll just move the whole work surface over here. So we'll get this stamped up. And I'm going to stamp it a little bit above center because I want this piece to go across the bottom like that. So we're going to ink up the stamp really, really well. Just grab a piece of scrap paper. Sorry, I just gotta reach over. Grab a piece of scrap paper. Make sure that I've got good coverage, and I do. Like I say, sometimes with the photopolymer, you can see where you're inking, but sometimes when you're using stamps that are just kind of fresh, they don't always ink up properly. So I'm just going to pop this down like this, and there we go. We've got the Thinking of You stamped down like that. I'll close up my ink pad, just put all of that off to the side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of set this card up, because I need to know where to put my little adhesive strips on the vellum so that it doesn't show through. Now this has a right side and a wrong side because it's got the stitched element, and the stitched element needs to be up. So I'm going to put this down here, and then I need to pick these up because these are going here. I wanted them to go over top of this greeting piece. So this tells me I'm really good to go to put adhesive in behind here, and I could probably put one small strip or just even a dot up at the top. Now, all these adhesive dots and adhesive strip sheets that I have all come out of Paper Pumpkin kits. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this piece out, but I'm going to pick this piece up, and I'm going to turn it over so that I can see where I can put down an adhesive dot without it showing through on the vellum. So I can put those two like that. Okay, I can put that down. And I know that I can put adhesive down here. So I'm going to get my Stampin' Seal. And I'm just going to, once again, line this up to make sure I'm in the right place. And I'm just going to put a strip like that across the bottom. You probably can't even see it. So I'm going to pop these off like this. And I'm just going to place it down like that. So it's in line with the edge here and just touches the bottom there. So the next thing I'd like to do is to put down, I believe I was going to dimensionalize these pieces here. But what I need to do is I need to attach this old olive strip to here. And this is what I'm using these thin adhesive strips for. They just lend themselves perfectly to things like this. So it's in far enough that it's still going to be caught on the background, not on the card front. So I'm just going to lay this down so it's evenly spaced and it's straight like that. So there we go. That is now adhered to the front of this. And I'm going to dimensionalize this piece. So I'll just grab some of these. And I've got one, oh, I've just got the corners left. I've got enough on this. I'll have to come in and snip all the edges so that I can use all those edge pieces as well. So I'm going to take this like this. And I'm going to adhere this down right here like this. Perfect, just like that. And I'm also going to put dimensionals on this piece. Now, obviously, I don't need to put dimensionals on over here, but I do need to put some dimensionals under here. So I know that I need to put some here and here. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of the mini dimensionals and I have trimmed up the side so that I can use those really thin pieces and they won't show. So these can be a bit fiddly. You can use, if you've got some little tweezers, you can use little tweezers. Now I think this one is going to be a bit too big for this spot, but we'll just see. Turn it over and yes, we can see that. So I'm actually just going to trim that edge off because I do want these to be dimensionalized. So I'm just going to trim the edge of that dimensional off. And there we go. Perfect. So I'll peel the backing off these like that. Check again that I don't have anything poking through. And then I'm just going to lay this down on here where I want it and then just touch those dimensionals down. And there we have a really great Thinking of You card that uses elements from the March Paper Pumpkin kit as well as a piece of the vellum from the February kit as well. So thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed this Paper Pumpkin kit and I'm already looking forward to the next one. So thank you again for watching and let's create together again soon.